The transfer rater alongside Shaka Hislop. How many transfers did you have in your career? Quite a few.
Yeah, let's just leave it at that. A few.
You made a fortune, though.
I have no idea what you're talking
So
about.
did your agent. But not as much as these guys make nowadays.
And understandably, listen, Ruben Neves at 22 years old, outstanding talent. I can't tell you how good he's been for Wolves. And in my opinion, exactly the type of player I think that Jurgen Klopp would like. There's next to nothing that Ruben Neves can't do. To go to Liverpool, I put this down as a huge hit. It will cost an awful lot of money. Just signed a new contract last July. Well, a 5-year contract at time, so we've got just over 4 to run. But Liverpool have shown that they're willing to spend money on the right players and they get retained for value when they do. I'd take a chance.
That was one of those contracts, and I'm sure you maybe signed them or a lot of players sign. You sign a 5-year deal, but it's basically to boost not only your bank balance, but also to ensure the club you're with gets maximum dollar when you get sold.
Listen, it's a sense of comfort as well. And Ruben Neves at the time, 21, would have signed that deal. It makes a lot of sense for a player that age. You then know that if you go on and you do as Neves has done over the last 12 months, that the club will be willing to let you go, albeit at the right price.
Which player now at Liverpool is most like Neves? Because he kind of plays as a central, but also as a holding midfielder.
I'm not quite sure where he fits in right now. I will, though, say, as you look at Liverpool's own midfield and its makeup, you've got Lallana and Milner, who are into their 30s. Maybe Neves can do just the same.
Every week, you and I stand here, or Paul, or whoever, every week one of the 5 is Rabiot. Every week he's got a different club that he's linked with.
And that's just his agent doing good work. For the sake of our transfer rater, going to Liverpool, I think it's a huge hit. Again, only 24 years old, an incredible talent, experience at one of the big European clubs. I think ticks all the boxes, not just for Liverpool, but as you rightly say, for so many other clubs, big clubs around European football. The big question here is not whether Rabiot will be a hit at Liverpool, but whether he will be at Liverpool, just given, again, his options, how talented he is, and the fact that he's on a free transfer.
So you're saying it's a hit that he would do well at Liverpool. Is it a hit that he would choose them above a Real Madrid or wherever?
As we sit right now, if Real Madrid, all other things being equal, if Real Madrid come knocking, I think that's the option that 99% of players would choose.
Back in the day, when you were at Newcastle, your local newspaper was the Evening Chronicle. Broke a few stories. Some of the Nationals broke a lot of stories as well. Journalism's different now, isn't it?
It is.
And Valencia to MLS because he liked a tweet to do with DC United. So he's suddenly in our transfer rater. That's an interesting way that journalism has evolved over the years.
Yeah. How we get here, I'm not quite certain. I will, though, say I like Valencia to MLS as a move. I think Valencia is an outstanding, continues to have a lot to offer to the game. I think in the US he'd be a huge hit. He'd be a huge draw, given his Ecuadorian roots. It makes an awful lot of sense. Now, I'm sure there are other clubs in European football that would be vying for that signature as well. So, again, as with Rabiot, the question isn't whether he'd be a hit in MLS, is whether he will find himself to MLS.
Back in the day, he was never a right back. He was always a right midfielder. Now he's moved back as he's got older. Juan Mata to Barcelona. A good move for Juan Mata, but would he work?
Again, I'm not sure about this one, but then given some of Barcelona's recent signings, Vidal, Boateng, players older Asian than you would normally associate come in and make up squads. Now, this makes sense in terms of filling out Barcelona as a squad. I think he's a good fit stylistically. If I'm Barcelona, I'm not offering Juan Mata more than a year, though, because I don't see him as more than a squad player. And again, that's the question for Juan Mata. I think there are a number of clubs, big European clubs, that will offer him a lot more than a year and give him that security. Listen, I understand you're over 30, you don't really want to be going year to year to year at this point. So I'll put him down as a hit, as a squad player. Again, my question remains, I'm not sure that he does end up at the Camp Nou.
I feel left out.
I'm not sure Chilwell to Man City is going to make you feel any more in company.
What, you going to your side as well?
Yeah, I'm going to keep him all. Listen, let's be honest. This makes a whole lot of sense in terms of a left back, in terms of an English player. Where it starts to get iffy is, as you're already hearing coming out of Leicester in terms of a transfer fee, that they're going to have to break a record. Listen, is Chilwell the player that, let's say, Walker was at the same point in moving from Spurs to City? I'm not quite sure. So if you're going to have to spend more than that, it doesn't make an awful lot of sense. It's not my money. As a signing, it works.
I'll tell you why it works. Because Brendan Rodgers knows like the back of his hand who the replacement for Chilwell would be. Because he had him at Celtic, Kieran Tierney.
Okay.
It would be the perfect move for Tierney. He'd get him for cheaper than Chilwell would go. They'd make a profit. They'd get as good a player, in my opinion, having seen him. So, there you go.
I'll take your word for it.
Thank you. You listened to me for once.
You've got nobody on your side.
Bad man.